Hey everybody, welcome back to a special extra episode of Fallout 4 Sim Settlements 2. We are going to go ahead and try to get Lily and Paul's conversation to be unbugged, or at least not through a wall. You can see that part of my downtime was adventuring, talking to Carla. I needed a little extra material for building the city manager tools and town meeting gavel for this retry, because I looked and I didn't save right before the last episode, or right before the episode before last, so I had to redo a little bit, and while I was doing that, I reassigned Lily to this house here. I assigned Paul to this house here, which looks like it's going to be a boathouse. I'm going to see if I can change that really quick. But I figured there was enough here to see the conversation both ways. You can see along with me whether or not the bug with Jake still happens, and then if it doesn't, we'll end up going right into the next quest anyways. But we'll go ahead and choose the Herbalist Haven, just because I don't think I've actually seen that one yet. We also need to rebuild this, and so what I wanted to do was build this, start scrapping. See, we need asbestos. Start scrapping, and then see if we can get these to build, and it's going to start right after we build, or right after they get built. Okay, so this is built, or building. That's built. But we need a few. I wonder if we can choose a plot that doesn't require any asbestos, because. And I was listening to previous recordings, and I was calling it asbestos. I just like the way that sounds, asbestos. So we will do. I think that's the standard. Come on, boys. Scripts have been running a little slower since the SS2 extended. Oh, I guess. Resources. Okay, so let's stream like this. Let's talk to Carla. Buy a few materials.
Hey,
maybe.
Carla.
You again. Here to trade?
I've got a few minutes to browse.
Yeah, keep your shirt on.
Okay, so she's going to come in handy a little bit for getting materials for building when we're slightly stumped, or we're waiting on the industry plots to generate materials. So there's a biometric scanner. That's got asbestos. She's probably not going to have as much asbestos as we need. Asbestos. Oh, rat poison. Hey, there we go. Shipment of asbestos. It's more than we can afford, though, so I don't think we've got the ammunition yet to pay for it. Nope. Okay, that's too bad. But she's going to be a good source for that. We'll be needing concrete. I mean, the basic building materials: wood, concrete, steel. We'll run out of those pretty quick in the early bits of this run. We'll also find our need of for ceramic pretty often, because of the fact that we will be using copper a lot, or building things that provide power a lot, and ceramic is a component for a lot of those. Is it enough? I'm thinking probably not. Oh, good. We only needed 5. There we go. Okay. I just realized why they were 7 of 8 on the agriculture. Lily only brought 2 people with her. Last time she brought 3. And so, let's check our log here. 7 of 8 assigned. 7 of 8 assigned. Yeah, we need one more person for this quest to complete. Fortunately, I think I know where to get one. So, one of the many mods I have on this is what is called Recruitable Settlers. And there are some settlers around the wasteland that we can collect. And the first one, here, let me show you. So, in our inventory, we have this here, Recruitable Settlers. Settler Tracker. And it's either Alice or Betty. So, how do you find out where these guys are at? You click on them. Wandering as a lone scavenger, she was picking through Concord just before Preston and his group arrived and were surrounded by raiders. She initially took shelter in the Concord speakeasy when the raiders first arrived and now finds herself trapped and hoping for rescue. She sounds perfect. So we're going to go ahead and get her and go and rescue her. Okay, here we are back in Concord. The speakeasy is just here.
Looks really strong.
She's just in here. It was a very simple conversation with her. Hi, Alice.
Yes?
Work for me?
You interested in coming to work for me? I have a good spot. You could set up shop.
Sure.
Go ahead and send her to Sanctuary.
Thanks. See you there in a day or two.
So, to talk about recruitable settlers really quick, some of them are pretty easy, like Alice, where you just walk up and say, hey, come work for me. Others have certain requirements in front of them, like a level requirement or a quest completion requirement. I haven't run into any that require you to do something specifically for them, but I know the settlers and NPCs in some settlements too, some of those have that requirement, so it's kind of nice to saying, hey you, go work for me and be done with it. And here we are back in Sanctuary. I corrected the weather and we are waiting for Betty to get her house built. You can see she's assigned to the farm now. And we're just waiting for the notification that her house is built, and then it will be, I believe, ready, all set. We'll have our notification pop up about multiple houses, and then get the interaction with Paul and Lily started. See, there's the home.
Hey, stop that.
Boom, there we go. Okay. Let's do this thing.
Please, it can't be good for the sensor.
But it won't work right.
That's no reason to go beating the living daylights out of it.
Well, how do I make it do what I want?
I wish I could tell you,
Huh.
but I really don't know.
Then you don't know
Nope.
that kicking it won't work.
That's even after I assigned Lily to be. See, I'll show you here.
Hey, stop that, please. It can't be good for the sensor.
But it won't work right.
That's no
Sorry, you were gonna have to suffer the conversation a little bit. Oh, it looks like Paul's house didn't finish building all the way, so let's do a refresh on that.
really don't know.
Then you don't know that kicking it won't work.
Hey, stop that, please. It can't be good for the...
I have to see what... They're different houses, I guess. I thought they were the same house, but I guess I was wrong. Anyways, oh, I was showing you. Okay, so... Track occupants. So this house is belonging to Lily. You can see there are no other indicators around, so that it might be someone else. So that's a bug for King Gath and Company to address. So we'll go ahead and turn that back off, and then we'll go and talk to them. You know what? We're going to do a smash cut over to Concord and talk to the stranger. So bear with me again. Okay, so here we are back in Concord. The stranger did not appear like we experienced the previous time, so I think everything will go smoothly on this run, and we'll see what happens here.
Hey.
Ahem.
Oh, hey there. Didn't expect to be seeing you again. Is something up? It's not the ASAMs, is it?
Anything been happening around here?
Since you helped get rid of those raiders, things have been fairly quiet here. Just the way I like it. But I doubt you came all this way just to ask me that. I assume something is wrong with the ASAMs?
Working on something important?
Oh, this? Just a side project of mine. With a few modifications, might be a useful complement to the ASAMs.
That's why I'm here.
So it is the sensors that bring you here. Look, I'll tell you the same thing I told the others. I know it may seem confusing, but trust me, just stick with it. Keep building with them, and provide your people with proper supervision. Eventually, it'll all make sense.
The others?
You're not the first to make use of the sensors. I've provided a fair few to other folk as well. However, most seem at a loss what to do with them.
What do you mean by proper supervision?
ASAMs are easy enough to use, but sometimes you literally need to tell someone to use them. It's as if people need verbal permission to improve their lives or something.
What else do you have?
What else? Are you saying the sensors aren't enough for you? Well, that's a first. Most people complain ASAMs are too complicated. No one's ever asked for more. I'm starting to get the feeling you're not exactly like most people, are you? All right, darling, consider me curious. What's your story? Like for starters, that Pip-Boy on your wrist. I bet there's a tale behind that.
Why do you ask?
It's not every day someone trips over a Pip-Boy. Heck, took me years to find mine. So where'd you get yours?
What do you know about Vault-Tec?
Vault-Tec? I suppose I know a little bit about them. But considering that Pip-Boy you got there, you may know a lot more than I do. Where'd you even find one in such crazy good condition? Looks as if it's fresh out of vault. Wait, that's not where you're from, is it? A vault?
My family and I were frozen. I didn't spend much time in the vault. I woke up at one point. Some people killed my husband and kidnapped my son. I'm trying to find him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know what that's... Well, I know something like that ain't easy. You might be surprised how common that kind of thing is out here. I mean, not the frozen in a vault part, but... I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I don't mean to pick at fresh wounds. But what you said about being frozen, are you telling me you're Pre-war? Before the bombs?
Yeah. Before the war. Before everything was ruined.
Whoa. Well, that's amazing. You really aren't like most people. Then, if you don't mind my asking, why is a vault dweller from the past bothering with settlements and ASAMs?
I just want my son back.
Ah, and I suppose you think building settlements will provide you with the resources for that. Why spend time scavenging when others can help provide what you need, right? Well, guess that explains why you're so serious about this settlement stuff.
Raiders! Hurry!
Wait, what?
Back at the settlement! A whole bunch of them! They've taken hostages, please! You gotta hurry!
Damn raiders are like rat roaches. You crush one and 5 more crawl out. Well, don't you worry, darling. I got your back. You helped me with my raider problem. Only right I help you with yours.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's go kick some raider ass.
All right, let's go.
Right you are.
Come on, get the lid out and move before somebody gets killed!
Okay, so from here we follow old Paul. I decided to go ahead and leave the conversation in with Jake. It seemed appropriate to have it in the proper location. Making sure my weapons are all charged. Paul does a weird thing there where he skips. We'll let them fight the bugs.
That's how you survive in the jungle.
Give the raiders a chance to retake their positions. Check my armor is in place. Yeah, I forgot to put a couple of pieces on. Oh, we've got the mini gun. We could maybe try to use that. I don't know. There's a couple different ways this could go. We could either start into a shooting war, or the alternative where we talk our way out, which is very much less satisfying. But for the sake of our video series here, we may want to do that. Just this is getting a little long anyways. This video is getting kind of long and we want to finish up this quest.
Hold it! Take one step closer and I shoot.
What's going on here?
You stupid! What do you think's going on?
What do you want?
You wasted a whole bunch of us at Concord, so now you're gonna watch some of your people die.
Again, I don't like this option. I'd rather just shoot him, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna bribe him.
Could 100 caps change your mind?
It's not much, but it'll do. All right, boys. I think they learned their lesson.
That's why you do high charisma. It is possible after we finish this that we can go find them and kill them, but trying to do the combat in this situation, it wasn't going to be fun for me. You guys might have been able to see me die a couple times, but this combat's super frustrating for me because of the complexity of it. I'd rather sneak up and shoot people than try and do like close combat. So this guy is still stuck.
Excuse me.
They're gonna kill me.
You always get one settler that's stuck in this position. I think he's part of the quest, and so he'll pop out later after we walk away. But the stranger has some conversation for us, it looks like.
Hey,
Not the way I would have done it, but at least it's over now. Say, before we came here, I wanted to ask you something. This maybe isn't the most appropriate time or venue for a chit-chat, but have you got a minute?
why? What's this all about?
Well, this may seem abrupt, but the Commonwealth. By now, I'm sure you've experienced enough to form an opinion about it, so tell me, what do you think of it all?
It's a wasteland. People are barely surviving out there.
Exactly. It's been over 200 years since the world ended, and folks are still picking up the pieces. It's a real mess out here. People living in dirt, barely enough food or clean water, random attacks from raiders, pharaohs, or God forbid, synths. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be that way. It just might be possible to bring back a measure of the civilization to the wastes, like what you used to have.
Wait, what was that about synths?
If you've never seen one, count yourself lucky. They're kind of like robots, built by the Institute, but more human. Well, some of them. If you ever come across any, be ready for a hell of a fight. Or a hell of a run. Preferably in the opposite direction. But enough about that. Right now, I'm more concerned about rebuilding the wastes. You've already seen firsthand what ASAMs can do. And you've shown interest in what more you can get out of them. What if I were to tell you, we've only scratched the surface? And maybe, if you're willing, we could perhaps do more than you ever imagined. I've got plans, but I feel they'd go a whole lot smoother if I had a reliable partner to ride shotgun. So, what I propose is a partnership. You and me, working together to try and rebuild the Commonwealth. What do you say?
And I've never tried to do the branch of not now. I assume it just means he goes back to the hardware store, and when you're ready to resume, you go and talk to him again. I think we're just going to accept a quest, but I'll ask this question first.
What exactly do I have to do?
I need someone I can trust. Someone who'd be willing to go to bat for me. But mostly, I just need you to keep on doing what you've already been doing. Building up settlements and kicking ass. From what I've seen so far, you more than fit the bill on the kind of partner I need.
All right, I'm in.
Hell yeah! You are not gonna regret this! I suppose a proper introduction is in order. Name's Jake. Jake Evans. And it's a pleasure to be working with you.
I can finally call him Jake. I've been stumbling over that the entire series so far. I didn't want to be, didn't want to spoil it for anybody who was watching my series about the mod and haven't experienced that part yet. So, yes, I can finally start calling him Jake.
So, what now?
All right. With the formalities out of the way, let me answer a query of yours. Earlier, you showed an interest in getting more out of ASAMs. Now, if that's something you really are serious about, then I know where to find the equipment we'd need. However, there is a small problem.
What's the problem?
Same old issue that plagues the entire Commonwealth. Raiders. The place with the ASAM equipment has been claimed by a raider gang. Really dug their heels in. And they're not open to doing trade. But I reckon together we could break into the little base and grab what we need. However, we would be in for a tough fight. So, you think you'd be up for that? Taking on a raider stronghold?
Hold on, I have some questions first.
Of course. What do you want to know?
What exactly are we looking for?
Well, I'm not entirely certain. That's not exactly a reassuring answer, is it? For a while now, I've been looking for this particular piece of tech. I don't know what it's called, but I think I know what it's meant to do. And if we get it, it should help us do more with the ASAMs.
Tell me more.
All right, how do I explain this? Okay, so right now, we got ASAMs, right? And for the most part, they work just fine. However, for them to function even better, they need to be connected to another machine. Some kind of computer, I think. And without this computer, we can't unlock the ASAM's higher functions. So that's what we're looking for, this computer thing. If we can find it, I think we can make the sensors do a lot more.
Any idea how many raiders we're talking about?
I'm not too sure of exact numbers. A handful at least. 10, maybe 20. So, best we be prepared.
Nothing else.
All right then. So, think you could tackle some mean old raiders on their home turf?
I know what my role is. It's to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
Don't worry. I'll help you deal with these raiders.
Well, all right. Now, this equipment we're after was delivered from Concord Hardware to an old Air Force satellite station called Olivia. So that's where we'll be heading. But before we go there, might want to make a pit stop or two. I understand a nearby farm has had recent dealings with this particular group of raiders. It might be worthwhile asking them about it. See if we can't get more up-to-date intel. Also, I've got a small cache of gear hidden nearby Olivia. It's probably still there. Would be useful for our little venture. I'll mark your Pip-Boy with our points of interest, but it's up to you what we do. I'm handing over the reins.
Okay, I think that's where we will call it for this special extra episode of Fallout 4 with Sim Settlements 2. Thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out with me, thanks for understanding the odd way this video was put together. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.